Oh, you would give them counseling. And you would give them counseling about the world that they're in. And I would recommend my book as part of the counseling. Even though in some prisons, I understand, my book has been banned.
What?
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Every now and then my book is banned in some prisons.
It's considered contraband.
Well, they say that it might contribute to some type of disorder, maybe, or something like that.
Some type of what?
I don't see why that's true.
Some type of racial unrest. It could potentially lead to that.
Or the language is kind of vague. It's kind of broad. I'll put it that way. The language of the rejection of my book in some prisons is kind of stereotypical language that would cover a number of things. In some prisons, it's not. All right. Now that brings up a question of the 14th Amendment right there in the Northwestern Hemisphere. Why would it be banned in some prisons and not banned in others? What's the difference in one prison and another? Well, maybe there are differences in one prison and another. I don't know. But I can't see. My book is about opposing white supremacy and producing something better in its place called a system of justice.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your call.
That's all my book is about.
Mm-hmm.
My book is not about anything other than that, anti-white supremacy. All right? Now, there might be people who have problems with being anti-white supremacists, and there might be people who do not believe in the production of justice. But I don't see how any person will step forward who's supposed to be trying to teach people about producing justice and say that they're against literature that's about producing justice. I don't understand that kind of logic.
Yes, sir.
All right? In answer to that question about counselors, counselors are in the business of trying to teach people about what justice is about. That one word. That's what prisons are all about. What is justice? Guaranteeing that no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person that needs help the most gets the most constructive help.
Okay.
Now, that's what counseling all over the world, every minute of every day, should be about.
Yes, sir.
Start with that premise.
Yes, sir.
That everything that I say for the next 1,000 years until it is achieved, if it takes that long, is about what? It's about guaranteeing that no person is mistreated. That's supposed to be a guarantee.
Yes, sir.
And the other part is guaranteeing that the person that needs help the most gets the most constructive help.
Okay.
Underline the word constructive.
Okay.
If everybody is guaranteed that they're not going to be mistreated, and everybody is guaranteed that the person that needs help the most is going to get the most constructive help, because everybody else is going to say, hey, that lady, Miss Alice Green, in this institution or on this job or wherever we happen to be.
Yes, sir.
She needs help the most. That
yes,
lady
sir.
really is seriously in need help.
Yes, sir.
Everybody on this job, we got 500 people working in this factory. Now, everybody in this factory needs help because people always need help.
Yes, sir.
All right? But Miss Alice Green, who works down there in that assembly section or whatnot, I'm giving that as an illustration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When we checked, we found out that lady really needs help the most because everybody in this factory, since we got 500 people here, all 499 people in this factory is supposed to try to brainstorm some way that we can guarantee that Miss Alice Green gets the help that she needs, because we don't leave anybody out. There's no such thing as surplus people when it comes to consideration for justice. It's no such thing as you're going to leave somebody out. You don't leave anybody out. Everybody who needs help is going to get it. Otherwise, you can't say you have justice. And nobody is going to be mistreated in the process. Now, that takes some thinking, and that takes some planning.
Okay.
But it can be done.
So,
the white supremacists are supposing, and they're not even attempting to do it because they believe in white supremacy, And you can't have white supremacy and justice on the same planet at the same time. It doesn't compute. Well, I mean, other than the problems of just continuing that process. I mean,
okay.
you know, because things do come up, and it's a balancing act, and you got to always make a check.
So we're out of balance.
And every move that you make, you say, now, is somebody going to get mistreated in this? Say, let's get that straight first. This plan that we are making here in this factory or in this office, this plan that we are making, is anybody going to wind up getting mistreated? Or is anybody going to wind up not getting the help that he or she needs, the most constructive help? Because if the answer is no, it means we're going to have another meeting.
So that means that the Creator...
We are going to have another meeting right now because we got a guarantee.
Okay.
But we're not going to have any mistreatment around here. See, when we came into the world, everything, as far back as I can remember, and everything that I've ever read about, things were never in balance except if you go with the Christian route now. It depends on what religion. That gets into the religion.
Yeah.
Now, some people say in the religion of Christianity that at one time, in something called the Garden of Eden,
yes, sir,
everything was perfect.
Okay.
But now people, by their conduct, the people who were in that garden, a couple of them, they threw things out of balance, and it's been out of balance ever since. Now, that's one religion. But in other religions, they say, oh, that was just a passing thing. I mean, you know, we don't even pay any attention to that.
Okay.
I mean, you know, and then there are other religions, I mean, you know, and, you know, other religions.
Okay.
I mean, different religions say different things.
I got that.
So I say I simply don't know when it got started.
Okay.
But I do know for a fact that everything is out of balance between people now. Otherwise, we wouldn't be killing each other. Language does not, any word doesn't mean anything until the people who are talking, say, two people, for example, talking. None of the words that pass between those two persons mean anything until the two people agree that they understand what those words mean.
Okay.
And the best way to have that agreement, first of all, is to have a definition of a word.
Right.
But a black person can make up a definition for a popular word.
Okay.
You know, I have a definition for the N-word.
Okay.
That is not usually accepted by most people.
Okay.
But I say it's an accurate definition because the N-word doesn't have a definition.
All right.
And that's where its power has been for all these years. And many scholars have not noticed that.
Okay.
I never ran across anybody that did notice it until I noticed it.
Until you noticed it. Okay, let me
close. I mean, you know, I never talked to anybody who ever said that they had noticed, hey, that word doesn't really have a definition.
Okay.
And that's where its power came from.